Hello everyone, this is Jimmy and welcome to episode 10 of QTech. Today I would like to improve our power generation by using our auto crafting to make better energy systems. Specifically, I want to make the reactors from Powah. So again, I suspect the number here that generates is actually the amount of energy that generates per block of the reactor. So if we look at the reactor manual, the reactor itself is 36 reactor blocks. That means that the actual energy generated from, say, we make spirited tier is 36 times 3.8k. What is that? A bit north of 100k FE a tick? That's my guess anyways. We'll find out once we build it, I guess. So I looked at these. The highest tier one, the nitro tier one, which would be great if we could make it. In fact, these tiers, unlike the rods, you don't take one and craft up to the next tier. You can just directly craft whichever tier, but you need the appropriate tier capacitor. And each capacitor uses 4 of the appropriate tier crystal, and it's just a matter of can you make that tier crystal. So Neotic tier gets us the Neotic reactor. That's diamond and amethyst. We can definitely do that, but I think we can go up to spirited. That's an emerald and a malachite makes 2. So just a matter of do we have enough malachite? I think we've been slowly generating that since the early game from our water sieving thingy. But let's go check on that now. We might have to upgrade our strainer to get more. But let's check on it now. All right, what have we here? We have 8 pieces of malachite. That's something, right? But yeah, that's probably not enough. So let's actually take a second, clean out my inventory here, and I will probably move these strainers somewhere, a bit easier to use because we're no longer bound by the natural spawning water. And I'll also make better the actual meshes that go inside. Now that we have more resources, we can make high quality meshes. The highest tier mesh is the reinforced one. It has extra efficiency, which I assume just makes it run faster, like it produces items faster, but it is enchantable. So I'm curious what enchants go on this. Let's get some lapis and test it out. I have a bunch of levels from, I think I yoinked them from our mob farm. So, looks like unbreaking and efficiency. Probably guess what those do. Unbreaking makes it last longer, efficiency makes it run faster. Even with the plus 25% efficiency and efficiency 4, it's still not terribly fast, but it'll last, about 25,000 total items. I think what I'll do is I'll put a import bus on each of these. If I break that, haha, no water flows there, excellent. And I'll just automatically import the items it generates into our refined storage system. Did I say import bus? I mean importer. Old habits die hard. So, I recall in previous versions of this strainer mod, you had to extract out the bottom. I wonder if that is still true. And nope, that is no longer true. You're allowed to extract out the side now. That's convenient. All right, big moment of truth. Do we have enough materials to make 36 of these? Oh boy, we're missing... Don't have enough emeralds, huh? Silicon wafers I can teach you to make, and we're missing malachite. Well, this one sucks. This is the one that takes the longest to get. Let me encode the recipes for everything else. I'll probably move our digital miner back to the mountain where we can start getting emerald again, and I'll set up a couple more strainers to get malachite. Our digital miner finished up where mining, down there by our base. You can almost see it off in the distance. So it's back up to the mountains where hopefully it'll get the last, 18 emeralds we needed. I also made 6 more strainers. I'm going to enchant their meshes and place these down as well. And with any luck, it won't be a terribly long wait before we're ready to make the upgraded reactor. I redesigned the strainer block here a little bit so I could fit any number of strainers, consolidating their items into one chest, which gets imported. I also, when I was enchanting for the new set of strainers, I got some Luck of the Sea enchants, so I have no clue what that does in the strainer. It doesn't seem to make it run any faster, right? If we compare this one, which is Luck of the Sea efficiency, with that one on here, that's just, well, that one's efficiency 3, efficiency 4, where that one runs at about the same speed as this one. So if I had to guess, it maybe has a chance for extra items. But I also got fortune on one of these too, so I don't know. Oh, I'm placing a light. Okay, never mind. Anyways, yeah, this one has fortune on it, but it's more or less the same speed, and I honestly have no clue what the enchant does. It looks like I got 2 items that time, right? So maybe fortune just gives you an extra roll on the loot table. In any event, that's going to provide us with more of those various gems. In the time I've spent setting up all these systems, we've now gotten to the point where we only need 8 more emeralds and 28 more malachite. So if I had to estimate, I'd say that's maybe half an hour's worth of sifting, straining to get that malachite. So for the time being, let's work on what we will do with the power we generate. For now, I want to use that power to run a builder. And the builder from RF Tools is effectively a quarry. So to do that, we need a builder block. In fact, I may as well just encode the recipe. We might end up with needing more than one of these. We need a builder and a shape card for, let's see, a quarry shape card. And since we're going to be making a lot of power, let's just make the fortune quarry as well. This version of RF Tools doesn't state exactly how much more power the quarry uses versus the fortune quarry. If I recall, in previous versions, the fortune one it was like 3 or 4 times as much power. But if we can produce, if our reactor produces 100,000 RF a tick, that should be enough. The builder here, unlike the digital miner, uses, or will by default mine every block. Because, we don't need to mine the dirt, the cobblestone, etc. I'm going to use a filter module to tell it exactly what to mine. So, you can, by putting any item, in fact, let's get some type of ore. Here, let's grab another quartz ore as a demonstration. You can put any type of ore into here, and it automatically imports the tag for it, which is convenient. You can also just tell it to mine a specific ore, but generally speaking, it's better to use the tag in case, maybe there's different types of nether quartz ore. Now, I've found one type of ore that has that is not in the forge ores tag, but that I still want to mine, and that is dimensional shard ore. Dimensional shard ore is used to, well, it gives dimensional shards, so you can break it with a regular pickaxe, or you can silk touch it to get the ore. You can crush it into 8, or if you break it with fortune, you tend to get about 8. However, because it's not in the ores, it's not in the ores tag collection, you have to add it individually, and it actually doesn't have, let's see, shift click to add tags to filter. You see, it doesn't have a tag, so it hasn't been being mined by our digital miner so far, which is why we basically have no dimensional shards. We have 5 left. It is craftable, but this recipe uses a diamond and emerald and only gives 1. It used to give 8. So in this version, I guess it only gives 1, making it a very bad recipe. Anyways, I definitely want to add it to our filter module. However, that brings us to yet another problem. The one I have here, this form of dimensional shard ore, is the nether version. And since I'll be running our quarry mostly in the overworld, I actually need this dimensional shard ore. I know it generates because I've mined at least one piece of it before while mining, but I didn't silk touch it. So now I have to go mining again and find a piece of this to add to the filter. It's actually, hold on, there's no way to add it from JEI, is there? No, it doesn't look like it. That's a shame. And yeah, don't match on that. And because it doesn't have a tag, I can't just add based on tags. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna go mining with my silk touch pick until I find a piece of overworld version dimensional shard ore. Well, that was quite fortuitous. I just came down our mine. If you look, that's the end of our mine. I just started digging this tunnel and immediately dimensional shard ore. So that was, hold on. Yeah, it is. This is my silk touch pickaxe. Perfect. Aha! So now I have a couple pieces. I'm going to get 4, and I can add these to our filter as well. Meanwhile, I just saw an emerald. Let's also add this dimensional shard ore to our digital miner. So if I stop it, let's see, we have 2286. That's how many pieces of ore there were beforehand. Can add this, save, back, start. 2286. So that's like 15. There's apparently 15 pieces of dimensional shard ore within range of this digital miner. It's not going to get a lot because it doesn't mine terribly large radius, and it doesn't even have fortune. So we're only going to get like, a couple pieces of dimensional shards per ore. I think it's 255 well, I don't need 255 dimensional shards, but would like 255 of them to fully infuse our builder. The infused builder runs both faster and uses less energy per operation than a non-infused one. Because our builder is set up to filtered only to mine these blocks, it's safe to run it near the base. We're not going to accidentally dig up, important parts of the base, like, well, the base itself. So I have it set with 512 by 512 by 70. So I think that's a maximum size. In fact, let me check. Can I make this number bigger than 512? No, I cannot. All right, and then I have it set to that such that the builder is at the northeast corner, so it should dig out that area. Let's turn on preview mode and see, is that a true statement? Whoa. X-ray vision. I'm a cheater now. I can see all the pockets. Actually, well, no, that's fine. Most of these pockets were probably ores in those pockets previously, and those were ores that were dug up by the digital miner. That's kind of cool. Anyways, let's go to that preview mode. That is just showing me that this is the right area. I don't get the stuff that's like high up in the mountains, but I don't think any meaningful resources generate up there anyways. So, I mean, like, there might be some iron or something or coal up there, but I don't think I'm going to miss it. To turn it on, we need a redstone signal. So let's get a lever. This specific builder isn't infused yet because I don't have nearly enough. What's it called? Dimensional shards to do it. So I have a machine infuser ready. In fact, I was going to infuse a infuser. It's like, yo, doc, I heard you like infusers. So I put a machine infuser in your machine infuser so you can infuse machines while you infuse machines. Anyways, but we don't have nearly enough dimensional shards yet for that. A whopping 10 and a handful of ores. So yeah, that's not going to do it. So we'll start with an uninfused builder, and we'll just see how much energy it takes. I'm somewhat surprised it's actually taking less energy than can be supplied by this advanced universal cable. It's 5,000 FE a tick. I guess it's not mining any blocks yet. Okay, maybe that's why. I think it's a lot cheaper for it to scan but not mine blocks than it is to actually mine them. Although that does make me wonder. It must be because I'm currently scanning in a chunk that was already mined by the whatchamacallit, digital miner. This machine also seems incredibly slow compared to previous versions of RF tools. It used to, yeah, it's still in chunk number 1. In 1.12, the builder quarry would go through, like, it would scan a chunk from top to bottom in maybe like 5 to 10 seconds. This is taking closer to a minute to do it. It's a little concerning. I'm going to let it run a while, let it get to a chunk that actually has resources in it, and see how fast it mines. But it should be going to chunk 2 in a second. Yeah. I can turn on one of these buttons. Highlighting. It'll, in theory, highlight the block it's working on, although it could be anywhere, so it's kind of hard to tell. I just want to make sure once it gets to actual ores, I need to make sure it's... Oh no, here they go. It is pulling them out. Slower than I would like, but it is working. Alright then. So out of curiosity, I swapped it to a to a regular Quarry card as opposed to the Fortune one. I was thinking, what does a regular Quarry run faster? Turns out the answer is no. The Builder Quarry is just very slow in this version of Minecraft, at least before it's infused. So I think what I'll do is I'll swap this back to the Fortune Quarry. We'll leave that running. It's fast now. Oh, it's probably only because it's scanning a partial chunk. Yeah. I guess chunk 0 doesn't count because it's a partial chunk. But what I'll do is I'll let this now be our main source of, actual resources, assuming I have enough emeralds. Do I? I think 91's enough, right? Let's try, let's see, 36. Yeah, we have enough emeralds. And what I'll do is I'll switch our digital miner over to just mining for dimensional shard ore. And I'll probably put it in the nether for that, because I think more of it generates in the nether than the overworld. And I'll use that to rip up 256 pieces of dimensional shard ore from the nether, and use that to infuse our builder. The digital miner is much better than the quarry when you want to target very specific items. So in this case, I want to, let's see, I don't want to get all ores. Sure, I'll get obsidian if there is any. But I want dimensional shard ore, and not this version. I need to head back to the overworld and grab a sample of the nether dimensional shard ore. Because the digital miner mines ores at a fixed rate, it's, I probably didn't hit save, did I? It's very efficient at mining these extremely sparse ores, because now it's basically, let's put you on Silk Touch mode too. It basically 100% of the time it gets a piece of dimensional shard ore, or obsidian, I guess. But yeah, with these giving at least 8 each, I might have to move the digital miner once or twice. But it'll give me enough dimensional shard ore to infuse our builder. Aha! From 2 runs of the digital miner, I got 14 obsidian and just about 2 stacks of the nether dimensional shard ore. So let's turn it, let's place it, break it with fortune, and see exactly how much dimensional shard we get out of this. Oops, that's way too big a surface. 3? There we go. Out of 2 stacks of ore, I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stacks of dimensional shards. So I guess based on this, it probably would have been better to crush it than it is to break it with a hammer. But now we know. Anyways, it only takes 4 stacks to fully infuse a machine. So, unfortunately, I believe that does cause the machine to start over. Let's take our machine back, put it in here, and fill it with dimensional shards. Now, how long does this process take? Not terribly long. And we're done infusing 100%. All right, hopefully this is a lot faster. One downside about... Oh, wait, did it not start over? Oh, cool, it kept its settings after you broke it. I was about to say one downside about infusing is that we had to start over. Because unlike the digital miner, right? If you have to restart the digital miner, it basically just picks up where it left off because it mines ores at a fixed rate. Whereas the builder scans blocks at a fixed rate, but I guess it now knows where it left off. That's neat. And we turn it back on, and it's faster. That's for sure, but it's still disappointingly slow. No, nothing to be done about it. I guess this is just the rate that the builder runs at now. So let's go to importer, and we can suck all this into our system. We probably need speed and stack upgrades as well. So let's get, convenient, I had both of them. Stack upgrade and 3 speed upgrades. Perfect. With our builder mining ores now, this is still much faster than the digital miner was bringing up ores, right? So we need to improve the rate of our ore processing to keep up with it. And hey, who let you into the base? I'm not trading with you. Get out. Shoot. Be gone. You're like the telemarketer of... Yeah, exactly. You know what's up. Leave. Nope, don't. Leave. 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 Yeah, that's what I thought. What are you going to do without your donkeys? Are you going to trade with me? Wait, what do you drink? Was that an invisibility potion? Yeah. Fancy. I know you're here somewhere. I see your particles. Ha! Yeah, you can't hide from me. Alright, anyways, we're going to need to improve our ore processing. So, first let's sleep through the night. This system I built here was intentionally built this way so that I could vertically stack the machines. Well, almost. If I switch this pipe to here instead of here, and switch you to input from there, and you do not, how do I change this? I guess I can't. Okay, we'll just leave the redstone in there, whatever. Oh, here, I can just disable this. There we go. So now I can vertically stack more machines to let more things happen in parallel. Also, I can put the rest of the upgrades in these machines. Because before, I think I only had 4 upgrades in them. So we can fully upgrade them. You two. And that should result in faster ore processing. So I'll see how many machines we need to keep up with our quarry, but I suspect maybe 2 or 3 sets. We can also upgrade our factories one more tier, right? These are the 5-slot factories. There's 7-slot factories. Let me go put in the recipe for the 7-slot factory installer, and we can upgrade to those. So Elite is the 7-slot one. I know for sure there are Elite tier machines. There is also an Ultimate tier installer, although in previous versions, I don't make enough oxygen. Alright, I'll deal with that in a little bit. But in previous versions, the Ultimate tier installer... Wait, why am I so far short on oxygen? Guess I just need more upgrades in this. Okay, but anyways, in previous versions of Minecraft, there was no Ultimate tier machines. However, yeah, I heard a rumor that was changed in this version. We now have 9-slot machines. Ha 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 ha. I mean, yeah, that seems pretty good, right? Now, there's not nearly enough oxygen here. I know there are also gas upgrades. Let's put gas upgrades in. I think that makes the machine more, like it uses less oxygen to do its work. All right, let's see. So right now, it's running like 1 operation at a time. That's pitiful. If I put all the gas upgrades in, it's able to do this one at full speed and a couple others at part speed. Let's also upgrade our electrolytic separator. So this is using 1.28k FE a tick. If I put max upgrades in it, energy goes up to 20k. And obviously we're no longer providing energy fast enough to run it. We're apparently also no longer providing water fast enough to run it at full speed. But it does get us a little bit more processing. Well, I can't meaningfully squeeze more oxygen out of the system without making more RF. So I think it's time we got that reactor up and running. Let's take a look again if we can make 36 of these. Yes, we can. Alright, well, we'll hit the go button, let crafting start. I know this process takes, yeah, it's like 2 million RF each or something like that. Let's take a look exactly. 2 million RF each, and it produces 2. And I think each one of these crystals effectively produces one. Energy cable. Each one of these crystals effectively produces. Wait, so it's 4 crystals per capacitor, 1 capacitor per reactor. So we need 4 crystals per reactor, and each operation produces 2. So we have to do this operation like 72 times. It's probably looks like it takes it about maybe a minute each. So there's about an hour of processing lined up for this energizing orb. I might have to upgrade some of these rods to be slightly better. Huh, I appear to have run into a problem. We are no longer providing enough energy to our refined storage system. So let's start by turning off the builder. I feel like the energy displayed on the tooltip and the energy displayed here are 2 very different numbers. The fact that this number, oh, there we go. Now they're the same number. Yeah, I'll have to prioritize what I spend energy on for a little bit because I do need my refined storage system to run. So maybe I'll have to turn a few more things off. I turned off part of our ore processing, so we're now just barely energy positive. As long as I can get this system to run, I'm not going to complain. But maybe until those reactors, whoopsies, they're now just slightly energy negative. I was going to say until we can get those reactors to run, I'm going to just make more wind power. So can I request, say, 64 wind generators? Haha! So once those are done, I'll fly up there and place them, and that'll be a temporary increase in power. Back up at our wind farm, I've since discovered that you're actually allowed to place these right up against each other, and the fact that the blades clip into each other doesn't actually negatively impact their function. Weird, but okay. Anyways, they also don't stack, so I can only carry up so many per trip. Apparently you can step assist up them? Is that what's happening here? I guess. Also weird. Anyways, once you get above a certain limit, these energy cables, right, can only do 5,000 FE a tick transport anyways. So anything more than that, you know, there's really not much value. You say you're 5,000, but wait, where's my energy cables? Yeah, it says 5,000 FE a tick, but you're clearly transporting 7.45k a tick right now. Well, I'm not going to complain. If the cable's going to happily transfer more energy, who am I to not take advantage of it? So I'm going to just keep plugging windmills in up here until it stops transporting all that energy, I guess. When that happens, I don't know. I also filled my backpack this time with more windmills so I can carry more per trip. With this many windmills up here, their howling sound is absolutely ferocious. But let's head down and see how much power we're producing from all of these put together. Whee! Alright, we're now producing more energy than we're consuming. That's good. So I guess based on that, it's tough to tell exactly how much energy we're producing. Maybe if I put the rest of the... Are you running at full speed? You are not. If I put the rest of the speed upgrades into here, will you consume more power now? You're consuming power as fast as water is being pumped. Is this going down yet? It's just about at equilibrium. Alright, let me pump more water into the electrolytic separator. I don't think does a pump take upgrades? Oh, it does. Alright. With full upgrades in our electric pump, the pump itself's not using much power, but it now produces oxygen fast enough that we get to run our purifying machine at full speed. And oh boy, is it producing a lot of output. Now, right now, it's only processing the items in this chest. Why are items going in? Oh, because I put a external storage here, huh? And I want this to be extract only. Extract only. Okay, never. Yeah, because our ME system was dumping items in here earlier. Or not our ME system, our you know what I mean, refined storage system. I'm gonna probably want to change this up a little bit. I'll swap this for like an interface that provides all the various ores for processing. But anyways, I think now that everything's running, we are now at apparently 16k FE a tick is our energy production, because that's our steady state here. And our universal cables that say they only transport 5k a tick are perfectly happy doing 16k a tick. Even if that was 5k per tick per connection, this one connection here, right, and this connection here have to do the full amount. So I find it strange that that's happening, but when bugs work in my favor, I will take them. As I mentioned just a moment ago, let's switch to using interfaces to provide items for the ore processing. So I'm going to put the interface export. Put all the various ores in here. Each interface only does up to 9 types, and there's more than 9 ore types. So it looks like it'll take 2 interfaces to do it all. But let's see. Put those there. And these here. Now, since we're only exporting... is Bismuth in this row already? No, it is not. Since we're only exporting the ore types that we actually want processed, that I no longer need this logistical sorter to do its thing. I can just directly extract out of these interfaces, which means that I don't need to deal with that clicky sound of that logistical sorter as it does its thing. So let's put this back in the system, and now ores are all our ores are automatically being processed. So I'm pretty sure the bottleneck in this process right now is the crushing factory, because it runs as fast as a purifying factory does, but the purifying factory produces 3 items per output. So basically for each purifying factory, we need 3 crushing factories and 3 smelting factories. So I guess I'm gonna add 2 more of each of these and see if we can get clear up all these bottlenecks. I've crafted 2 more crushers and 2 more smelters. So now all I have to do is apply a whole bunch of upgrades to these machines. First, to turn them into the top tier factory. And boy, am I happy that 9 slot factories exist in this version of Mechanism. Are these 9s, or are they even bigger than 9s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they're 9s. Alright. I guess it's not terribly surprising. It follows a trend of +2 slots per tier. But anyways, put speed and energy upgrades into each. There's like, I have to use like 20 upgrades on each machine before it's fully upgraded. But boy, are they good machines when that's done. And this should do it. Apparently I have a stack of extra upgrades. Alright, well, all of our ores now. Wait, oh no, these are regular lead ingots. Alright, so each machine processes its ores. In fact, I suspect that this here I have to upgrade to a ultimate pipe, because I think it was extracting too slowly. So if I configurator you to extract, are you fast enough now? Maybe? Maybe not. That should be insert. No, I suspect this still isn't fast enough. Wow. I see what the problem is. It isn't that the ultimate logistical transporter can't extract items fast enough. Right? It can extract up to 128 a second, but it inherently does not support round robin mode. So it's actually, basically it can extract up to a full stack at a time and twice a second, but it's always extracting into this nearest factory, and thus the other ones aren't getting any work. So to work around that, I think I need another one of these logistical sorters. There we go. The logistical sorter is capable of round robin mode, and thus all of our crushers are running now. Oh yeah, now that's a lot of ore processing. Is there a bottleneck here? Why is this thing not outputting all the dust? I guess it can only output one type of dust at a time when using auto export. I do have auto export on. It looks like it's always exporting the lead, but not the iron for some reason. I suspect once... So what happens once the lead is done processing? No, it just stops process. It keeps outputting... Can you output the iron instead? That's awfully annoying that it does it this way. It definitely results in efficiency losses. I don't know if it's bad enough that I have to do something about it. Let's let this run a while and see what happens. Yeah, this problem is quite bad. It'll eventually result in something like this happening, where even though there are technically 9 slots, only 2 of them are processing, and the machine decides to keep taking the osmium out instead of ejecting the aluminum that's causing it to become stuffed. So I think I do need to add logistical sorters, basically as extractors, to make this thing extract a little bit less derpy. Well, all the item piping is in now, and boy is it a mess. These logistical sorters taking up an entire block means that it kind of results in this thing taking up an infinite amount of space. Yeah, I don't know. I wish there were more configuration options available directly on mechanism pipes, but so as it is, you use what you've got. I can probably make it look much prettier using XNet, although functionally it'll be the same. No, because it's not nighttime yet. Anyways, it looks like because this thing, this Quarry while it's running produces a lot of items, our drives are starting to get pretty full. So, can I sleep yet? There we go. So I'll have to look into building more storage drives or coming up with a way to store some items outside of the storage drives, like I have 16,000 iron, 13,000 coal, or I could just use these materials. But that'll be a project for another time. For now, let's check on the status of our reactor crafting. So 16 of them are done. 16 out of, 36, which leaves 20 more. So there's still a little bit of energizing orb stuff left in queue. How about we end today's episode here? I'll let that crafting happen between episodes. I'll just leave my game open. And next time we'll come back, put together the Powah reactor so that we can run all of our systems full blast. That sound all right to you? Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.